Hey friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Kaili and this is Foodie Friday. So it has been a while, you guys, and I apologize for completely falling off the face of the earth. We had family vacation, and then one thing led to another after we got back, and I just totally got out of the swing of things. I had a video on my TikTok go viral, so things have been kind of crazy with that, and I've just been trying to play catch up, answering comments, DMs, things like that. My Instagram has been growing like crazy, and my client spots have all been full. So I have been trying to juggle and manage my time, and so unfortunately I have not had the time to make a YouTube video, but I'm back, I'm ready, and we are about to make a super delicious, fun, and kind of different recipe, something that I haven't ever made before. Life really just got crazy. Like I said, we had vacation, my business has completely taken off, and then I ended up having to have surgery on my gums. I had a receding gum line in the front, so it was something that needed to be taken care of, and so I've been kind of out of commission as far as that goes. But I'm all healed up, I'm ready to go, but my surgery actually inspired this week's recipe. So I was unable to really chew any food. I was pretty much eating Ben & Jerry's ice cream for like 2 days straight, and although I was living my best life, I knew I needed to get back on it as far as health goes, so that's how this recipe was born. Since I couldn't actually chew my food, I figured I would make something really easy, a soup. So I wanted to create a soup that was not only super nourishing and packed with healthy proteins, but one that had some anti-inflammatory properties and antioxidants to help me heal faster. This week's recipe is a Moroccan soup. This soup is anti-inflammatory, it's packed with plant protein, so it is a vegan and plant-based meal. Now, even if you aren't a vegan or eating plant-based, this is definitely a recipe I would love for you to try. It is super rich, flavorful, and it made my house smell amazing. And it's also packed with nutrient-rich foods, lots of fiber for your digestion, and many different ingredients that are anti-inflammatory. So as I talk you through how to make this recipe, I'll also talk about each ingredient and why I included it and the different health benefits that that ingredient includes. So I think that covers everything in this intro. I'm so glad to be back, you guys. If you want more frequent updates on me and my life, you can always follow me on Instagram as well as TikTok. I've linked both of those in the description box below. So without further ado, let's get to cooking. Okay friends, so to start off this recipe, we're going to prepare our vegetables by chopping them up. So you can chop up your vegetables to be as thick and chunky or as small as you would like. Here I'm chopping these up very finely just because, like I said in the beginning of this video, I had some gum graft surgery earlier and I really needed to be careful and mindful of the size of my vegetables in my soup. I needed them to be as soft as possible. So I'm using carrot tips, but essentially use whatever carrots that you like. I love this soup because it's rich in antioxidants and it's essentially anti-inflammatory. So I wanted to make something that was not only nourishing and packed with plant proteins, but also that would help me heal quicker. So all of these vegetables that we're incorporating have really great health benefits, even celery. I'm not a fan of celery. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I've never been a fan of it, but I definitely loved adding it to the soup because celery is rich in antioxidants. It reduces inflammation, and I was having lots of inflammation after my surgery, and it's great for digestion. Same with carrots, rich in fiber, so good for digestion. There's lots of vitamins and minerals, and then alpha and beta carotene in carrots. So I would highly recommend sticking to including all of these vegetables if you can, just because there's so many great health benefits. And to be honest, like I said, I am not a fan of celery. I don't like the flavor of it, but I really couldn't taste it in the soup, and it really added, to the texture of the soup. So definitely recommend sticking to the vegetables that I've included in this. But essentially you just need 1 cup of chopped carrots, 1 cup of chopped celery, and then we're also going to be chopping up an onion as well. So I included onions in this recipe because not only am I using it for flavor, because I'm going for that more Moroccan style flavor profile with this soup, but also they have lots of health benefits as well. So essentially, when you're going through this recipe, know that every ingredient that I chose for this soup has some sort of health benefit to it. So onions are actually nutrient dense, they're antioxidant rich, they have cancer fighting compounds in them, and they also help control our blood sugar. So usually when I leave the link in the description box to the recipe, it's short, sweet, and simple. It's just literally the recipe and that's it, but I'm thinking of including maybe a small blurb on each of the ingredients in here. I'm letting you guys know of all the health benefits because I feel like nobody knows about how healthy onions actually are, or like the health benefits behind celery and carrots and even sweet potatoes, which we're going to talk about in just a second. So definitely, if you're curious and want more information on each of these vegetables, why I included them in this recipe, check out the link in the description box below. So essentially, I always include a blog post with the recipe, ingredients list, things like that. So that is always included in the description box below this video. So now that we've got our onion chopped up, like I said, you can use the full medium onion. That's what I did here. Or if you're not a huge onion fan, you can always opt for 1 cup of onion, either way. But now we're going to get into our sweet potatoes. So essentially, I normally leave the peel on my sweet potato just because there's so many great health benefits to the skin of our sweet potatoes. They're rich in fiber, which is great for digestion and things like that. But for this soup, I felt like it was needed to peel the sweet potatoes. So that's what I did here. And now I'm just gonna chop these up chunky, and then we'll include this in our soup as well. But sweet potatoes have lots of benefits as well. Like I said, they're rich in fiber, which helps manage our blood sugar and our digestion. They also have anti-inflammatory properties as well. But you can get more information on sweet potatoes and their many health benefits in that blog post that I've included at the bottom of this video. Once all of our vegetables are chopped up, it's time to make our seasoning blend. We're just going to be incorporating a couple of things here, and I will kind of rapid fire go through these, but you can get full recipe details in the description box below. But we have 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. We also are including 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then we have 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. Be sure to use the smoked paprika. It gives a really good flavor. We have 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 2 teaspoons of cumin, and then our last spice we're going to incorporate is 2 teaspoons of turmeric. All of these have health benefits as well, so like I said, check out the description box. I am a super messy cook, so my soup had a little more turmeric than the average person. So we're just gonna mix these together, and then we'll set this aside for later when we're making our soup. Now that our vegetables are prepped and we are ready to go, we can go ahead and start making our soup. So we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of olive oil or safflower oil to a large soup pot over medium-high heat. You can use safflower oil if you don't like the flavor of olive oil. It's a really great, healthy, neutral oil. But then we'll add all of our chopped vegetables to our pan, and then we're going to mix these together with a spoon. We're also going to be adding in 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. You can use fresh minced garlic or the jar. I use some from the jar just because it's quick and easy. So we're gonna add that in, give this a good stir, and allow our vegetables to start to cook down. You'll allow these to cook for about 5 minutes before we add any sort of liquid. So add in your garlic, mix all together to incorporate everything, and then once stuff starts to kind of break down, we're going to add in that seasoning blend, and we'll give this another good mix. And then we're also going to be adding some dried lentils. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of lentils you use. You can use green, red. I used all the same color. I used green just because that's what my grocery store had, but whatever you prefer, just add in. But we're going to add our lentils in dry. We're going to toast them for about 2 minutes with our vegetables. So mix this together. Once your lentils are well incorporated, we're going to be adding in our liquid. So we're going to be using a lot of liquid for this recipe, but trust the process. Lentils soak up a lot of liquid, so you're going to be needing every ounce of this. But we're going to add 4 cups of vegetable stock or vegetable broth. Maybe I'll do a video in the future on how to make homemade vegetable stock, because that would be super delicious in this soup. So comment below if you want a Foodie Friday on that. But we're also going to be adding 6 ounces of tomato paste, so just a small can of tomato paste, and then we're going to be adding in a 13-ounce can of full-fat coconut milk to this recipe. If you're not a fan of full-fat coconut milk, you can always swap out for extra water, but I would recommend including the coconut milk because it really does add to the flavor of this soup. But we're also going to be adding 2 cups of water to this. We're going to bring our soup to a boil, allow it to boil on high for 2 minutes, lower our temperature down to medium-low, cover, and simmer for 20 minutes to allow the flavors in the soup to develop. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this week's recipe. As always, if you did, please give this video a like, as well as subscribe to my channel so you never miss out. I'm currently working on my vlog covering my vacation, how I stayed on top of my healthy eating while on vacation, and how I got back into the swing of things after we got home. If you are new to the Measure Me Whole community, please be sure to leave a comment below so I can say hi. And be sure to check out that blog post I mentioned earlier in this video. I linked it below. That way you can get all of the health information on each of the ingredients in this recipe. All right, you guys, I look forward to getting together next week where we cook another nutritious and delicious dish. All right, see you next time.